Good morning. Time to relax. I had a beautiful experience around 5 o'clock with the birds, and I recorded. Really nice. So, again, we are going to settle now first. So, you can make your cup of coffee, tea, water, and some food. Yes, we are going to do the now, and then we are going to sit in a comfortable place. In the meanwhile, subscribe, give a like, and share it. Share, share, share it with the people you love. So we have something to drink. And then we have something to be grateful for. So we are going to breathe in deeply through our nose and slowly out through our mouth. We put our hands together to harmonize the yin and yang energy of the body. And while we are breathing in through our nose, we focus on receiving of light energy. And when we breathe out, we do an expression of gratitude. So you keep breathing, focusing. So sometimes, let me try this. So when we are settling down, we are also first freeing our mind from fear and freeing our mind from negativity. So everything that contributes to a not relaxed mind. So when we are making our coffee, tea, or water, we are going to free our mind from fear, free your mind from all the stress situations, job. Then we are going to sit comfortable, put our hands together, to balance the energy of the body, the flow of the energy of the body. So then we are going to pay attention to our breathing. So like through our nose deeply and try to bring down the diaphragm till your underbelly. Like your breath, bring it down till your underbelly. So you breathe in deeply through your nose and then blow out slowly through your mouth. So when we had done that a couple of times, we start to focus on receiving love, light, and healing while we breathe in. And while we breathe out, we express gratitude. So when you have the experience, because I have this experience that breathing in light, it will have its purifications. And I do not want to say it burned me, but you noticed it, the purification. So I noticed that it's really cold this morning, and I noticed something else. So again this morning, the birds taking their job really seriously before sunset, and you should try to wake up around 5 o'clock and wait until the birds start singing. So the sun is not rising yet. So this is pre-sunrise, and I think about 20 minutes pre-sunrise. But 5 o'clock you will be on a good time to observe that moment when these birds start singing. And I noticed that one bird was first doing the high frequency, and then I hear a quick change in sound. So I know the bird making this sound. And I think if you listen to bird sounds, you know which bird it is. But then it went into a different pattern, like mimicking an alarm clock. And then the bird went to like a whistle with, I cannot even make that sound. It's a whistle with a frog noise in it. So because I hear the change of the whistling, because okay, they are whistling because uh, to activate the plants and prepare the plants before the sunrise comes. So science found out that previously to the sunrise, the birds start to whistle to prepare the plants photosynthesis. So they are pre-activating the plant's photosynthesis and getting ready to process the light that's coming when the sun rises. Plus, if you, let's say, you also can put your alarm clock at 4:30 or 4:50 or 5 o'clock. But after 5 o'clock, more and more noise is coming. If you want to do a silence meditation, you need to wake up a little bit earlier because between 3 and 5 o'clock, or if you want to stretch it a little bit, 2 o'clock at night till 5 o'clock p.m., the less noise possible. So when you do a silent meditation, you will hear noise from the universe like shh. So in TikTok, the algorithms are not allowing peace, kindness that much. So basically, after I started doing this, they kicked me out of the algorithms. So yeah, if you want to be popular, you are forced to act stupid. Lucky me, I have no need to be more popular than I'm. So practice unselfish behavior. So let's say that this flute meditation music is doing the same thing in the morning, what the birds are doing to activate the plants. Your relaxing meditative state, observing that music, is activating your extra kindness. So yesterday I felt so happy, and you can see it in the video with the cows that I uploaded this morning. Beautiful clouds. So the full experience in my planning now is that because YouTube, I can have a live recording. It's going to be on YouTube, the main thing, and yeah, I'm going to see what TikTok is going to bring. But like now we are 40 minutes on our way. I am relaxed because TikTok is also very distracting because all of the likes we get, comments, all the people that are just quickly passing by. So it's not a good screen to observe. If you want to actually ask me, it's a little bit too intimidating. Get people addicted, and actually nothing happened after Facebook got to court for the like addiction and everything like that. That's why it's important to every day actually start with, if you want to use that term, because sometimes people feel not well about the word prayer relate to their religious trauma, for example. But you connect with source, and if your source is nature, it's fine on your own level. And this is where a lot of people, let's go live on TikTok. Well, I'm going to say that because maybe somebody coming that needs to understand that. So every human being is own position in this physical realm. And your own position is located, the geographical location where you are on this planet. Then you understand that's a physical location, like where are you, what is your address, uh, by time you can meet each other on a certain geographical location. Okay, we understand that we have a geographical location, and another location is time, around which time. So basically, do come together on a geographical location. If those are separated too far, then we have a cyber location. Now, just TikTok or the YouTube. So you connect on a cyber location each other on a separate geographical location around a certain time. So if we are aware about it, then we also can express gratitude for the geographical location, Mother Earth, time. Thank you for your time. So when you become aware, when you wake and you remind yourself, am I on a geographical location on planet Earth? Which time is it? Oh, it's this time. It's time to shine. And then you are going to align so you know where you are. And then every human being on this planet is on its own level, on its own path towards enlightenment. Every human being. So you could say that a certain is staring inside the rabbit hole and going really dark. And then, of course, you have the Messiah, the most enlightened. And on that path, we are in between. For most people are in between. So do not judge about people that may be going to reposition themselves on that path a little later because they are younger or they are on a different level than you. So do not judge. Do not judge. There is no need on the path of enlightenment, so you cannot say, I'm following the path of enlightenment. Yes, I'm vibing so high, my frequency is just too high. But hey, these people that are doing that and that, I'm going to discriminate them and call them fake woke. In my recognition, you are nowhere near any high vibration or any enlightenment at all. You destroy it by discriminating and judging others, pointing the guilty finger. Yes? That is of a ridiculous low level of behavior. My Lord, what's happening? I get all excited about this misunderstanding. So try to vibe higher than that, where you say, no, I don't judge. I don't discriminate. Yes? When I want to judge, you know what I do? I put that immediately in the hands of food creator and I say, hair creator, it's your judgment day, it's not mine. I do not believe that I came to this planet Earth to judge others. So sometimes people asking you our opinion others, then I disappoint them and say to them, well, I did not came to this planet to judge you. So when we understand everybody is also freeing themselves from guilt, return to innocence. Yes, in my live stream on YouTube, there are many new wisdoms coming to you. And I didn't talk about this in the previous video. I'm excited after discussing return to nature, return to origin. Now I'm going to discuss with you return to innocence. Because I am innocent. And you should always respect the innocence of somebody else. And you destroy that simply by pointing the guilty finger. It does not matter if you are right, but you are pointing the guilty finger just to have the illusion to be right. Well, let me tell you a story about a junkie that played with a Ouija board, and that junkie, when he was not so much junkie, so when he was not really addicted, so he was experimenting, he was also into Satanism. Well, I believe that Satanism is like straight edge, so they are also not promoting that. But he probably got missed by an entity that he called up on the Ouija board. And he was messing up life. He was doing robbery, stabbing people, even killed somebody. Yes? So Frankie thinks, aha, you did this, you did that, you did this, go to hell. Well, I don't think that I really needed to say to him, go to hell, because I believe he was already arrived. He was already there. But of course, did not judge him. You know why? Because I know this. The Creator can pick anybody, even Lucifer, and he did, eh? So I'm going to explain that later also. Pick up anybody, cleanse the person angel went, and free that person from all that darkness. So there are things that the consciousness of the soul needs to become aware of to complete such thing. One of these things is you need to learn to forgive yourself for everything that you have done. So that junkie, which had a lot of bad things, a crime record, and the Creator thought, let's pick him up, remove all the negativity, and that junkie started to say to other, because he was in jail, he was saying to other inmates that he had a dream last night and that he saw the light and he's going to better himself. And there was a pastor that was going to the prisoners to give them attention and teach them about the Bible. Well, because that junkie was not really good in reading or writing or language at all, he needed to learn that. So the advice from the pastor was not that the pastor was judging him. He said, well, here's a dictionary. There are other books. Start reading in the library of the prison and read, learn language. Because you need to do that if you want to read the whole Bible. It's a large book. But pastor also called him to pray. So now the junkie that everybody was judging, even did. For example, P. Diddy. What if well, he is really, well, P. Diddy is really in darkness. But I know that the Creator can say, with all the darkness, I can enlighten you, yes. But I think that would drive him maybe crazy also, so might lead to some struggle. But let's say, the Creator can do miracles in anything, and He is taking care of that also. And then you return to innocence. So there are reasons why certain things happen, and there are reasons why you are on the spot of learning about following the enlightened path without judgment, without discrimination, yes, without the use of force, and without duality. So on TikTok, for the special moment, nobody was there because it's difficult to the, and that are the opportunities that you miss if you scroll by. You will miss everything. So I'm happy that a lot of people were actually rewatching one of my other videos. So you need to return to things. Remove your feeling of guilt. because that feeling of guilt is often the reason why you point the guilty finger to other people and making them look more bad. Yes? So I did a bad thing. You cannot cope with it, so I make you look more bad than me, so I look better at the end. That's what you think. No, remove your feeling of guilt. So when you breathe, you let light destroy fear. Yes? And you return back to innocence. So return back inwards to the innocence of the inner child. Yes, isn't that beautiful? I'm happy I can explain that to you. And while I'm doing this, I'm repeating all the knowledge that I have gathered, but also practice, and then it becomes wisdom. So, wisdom that I have gained from the Messiah of the 21st century, Yoshikazu Okada, and his organization, which is worldwide, he had a couple of million. He started this in 1965, and then he, on his own, he created a complete divine local civilization on this planet, teaching people the teachings of Jesus Christ, actually to give light to others, to give a light to people others, do miracles for others. That's why I can do miracles for other people. So if you need a miracle, then try to follow me and get connected with me. There are many who have proved. For example, Charlie Red, he was a country uh, guitar player singer in the USA, and I met in the live stream. He was talking to me, and then he was so grateful to me, and that's sometimes all people need to get out of their destructive, dark corner. So return to nature, return to origin, and return to innocence. So we are actually now doing a seminar kind of thing instead of really meditating. But anyways, it does not matter. There will be enough time to re-listen to the music and be proud. So evil, the evil that saw the light, that found the light, oh my God, this is unbelievable. Life restricted for some audiences. Your life contains themes that some may find uncomfortable and has been restricted. Reason alcohol, tobacco, and drugs. Oh, because he was talking about junk. Because I was explaining that person that was. Oh my God, TikTok, you. have to do better. You have to do better. I'm even helping people with that. Yes. So they can start to pray. They can start to get enlightened. Yeah, but oh no, sensitive. TikTok, you are so bad. You are so wrong. Yes, to mess with my sincerity like that. So you need to do it with the consequence of choice. Your AI, the people, CEO of TikTok, are you paying attention? You are going to do it with the consequence of choice because I'm not taking this nonsense. Yes? So you do it with the consequence of choice. So that got me out of my relaxed state of mind, got me fiery immediately because it's not just. So, because people are weak, you cannot talk about how to become stronger because they might be sensitive about it. Grow up. TikTok needs to grow up. So I'm going to end the live stream on TikTok. I'm not going to explain that, and TikTok can crash when it wants. Isn't that what can I say? This is the dark side of the matrix that is allowing, because these people that I was talking about, and also in the context I was talking about it, then other people should not be, this should never ever happen. But this is what's happening, maybe also because some ridiculous people are targeting behind the light, and maybe they are reporting with that type of nonsense. And if it is coming from TikTok itself, so first of all, I think there should be no children. Second of all, I think that the way people set up their own TikTok account to their own preferences, there you should say if you want to avoid these or not. But yeah, you cannot do an example because my hands were together and simply talking about that junkie that did go through his addictions. Yeah, come on. Unbelievable. So, of course, we are not going to let her not down. I ended the life. I'm going to restart one because that's the way you need to. Let me see. Let me see. So we take Sheila this time on the back, or is it maybe a little bit too much for them? Let me take the same. And meanwhile, you breathe. So you also see what my problem is. That I was getting in a really relaxed state of mind, but then when bullshit happens, I get so fiery, and I cannot call that relax. Anyway, we are back live. So I wanted to discuss that. So first they might think, hey, he is gone. Eh? They knocked me down. Hello, I'm getting back up. Yes? Yeah, back like TikTok. And TikTok is making these things that they need to take the consequences for. So it's not good. So back to the returning to innocence. Oh, guilt and return to innocence. So also what the Creator did, what I'm aware of, which came to my consciousness, and it might be something new and unbelievable to you. So I was wondering myself why Lucifer was known as the morning star and the light bearer. Anyway, that was something I was asking myself. Then the additional information came about the new divine hierarchy, like the Creator was putting angels on its place. And now the Creator has 13 archangels. And the 13th archangel is, and you guess it, Lucifer. So, what did the Creator do? The Creator purified Lucifer. So, from all the bad things that Lucifer did, were forgiven, and also probably forgiven by Lucifer himself. So the Creator restored him in his purity and in his innocence and made him 13th archangel. So that's a divine thing to understand what happened there. Because it goes over a period of time cleansing. And I think, well, who knows best in hell? So all these bad influences were also insights for enlightenment. And when you become aware of it, so yeah, try to trick your mind because he knows those ways, yeah? But if Lucifer can return to innocence, I'm sure he can. So, in ancient religions like Christianity, all these Abrahamic religions, they do not talk about it, but I believe that on the top levels, they know what I'm talking about. So, you need to purify your spirit. You need to purify your thoughts, your behavior, and become a homo luminous, an enlightened human being. So do not judge others because they are on a different level than you on that path. So let's say somebody started yesterday to plant his first step, and you did it for 10 years. If I do it for 37 years, maybe more. Therefore, do not judge those that are still to come. Do not discriminate them because you think tomorrow the light meets your mind and you think, oh, I know something. Everybody needs to know. No, nobody needs to know. And that's also true. So if you want to share this type of information, you need to make sure that people are willing to come to a closer understanding of the Creator. And that's also what a lot of religious people are actually talking about is you need to come to a closer understanding of the Creator. So one thing I would put first is we cannot understand the Creator, we cannot comprehend the Creator because our mind or brain is simply too small. Yeah, that's why they say that the Creator's ways are mysterious. And that's what I wanted to say with a person that was in a bad spot, did all those bad things, and people were judging him, but the Creator came, picked him up, purified him with light, returned him into innocence, and that person was starting to pray, that person was starting to do all the good stuff. So do not judge each other, do not discriminate each other, don't step into duality, and don't use force towards each other. If this is understood, there would be no war. So, return to yourselves means start to stop judging others. So, when you are judging others, when you are discriminating others, there is no way that you are on a higher frequency. You are on a low frequency, and you are so selfish to pretend that divine light is yours. So, when that person was calling other people fake woke, that person himself was exactly what he was saying other people were. And that is where the expression comes in. Well, that says more about you than about me. Yes? And that's where we are going to end all of the stupidity. And that rhymes. And now I'm running, I'm kicking, I feel behind energy, I'm happy, I'm going for a strike. So Now I'm getting in that hyperactive state. So to me, I think it's about time that I do some physical training because I'm all hyped up. Let's say hi to another scroller or a roller. Are you a scroller mega plant or a roller? I think it's a roller. And I was right. A person, none of my interest. So they have no idea about the picture that I picked up where you can see the chimichon and objects that belong to the movie underlying the movie. And the T and the T is placed inside the chimichon as you can see. So on the right you see the chimichon, and on the left with a T placed inside it. So you can say that the chimichon, that holy object, is a standard for the T also. Well, the chimichon can explain you many things. So when you have a chimichon with no, then there was a question: is a divine object? If you already took care of divine objects in your life, that you need to take care of divine objects in your life? Or do you not have that experience? Yes, when you did not have that experience yet, then you also do not need to be high with your ego about your own enlightenment when no holy objects were trusted in your hands. So these are things to have a little bit of an indication how far people are on the enlightened path. So maybe some people need to say like, okay, I've got the knowledge and wisdom from there, better go there because I'm just learning and pretending that because I do not even know how to make a point of peace. So can you make a point of peace? Do you have an igaba? Is a question. If you don't, well, my interest might be not that big. And it's really difficult that I have this type of mindset because if it's not understood, then it sometimes might make me look arrogant, but I am confident in the people that I'm searching to work together with. It is not just by the geographical location, it's not judged by at all. It's that I know that the Creator will. First, people need to become aware about their own position, and it's okay if you go live and talk about. But you know, there are people like me that are of a higher level than that, and above me, there are people that are of a higher level than me. Yes, because that's where I learn it from. Hmm. So, give honor to the Messiah if you talk about enlightenment, because that's where the highest one, the contributed the most to enlightenment. Yeah. So yeah, it is possible that people are saying I'm in a too much high frequency, where I observe them in a too low frequency. So they need to learn actually a little bit more. So they need to understand what is what. And if you cannot give the definition of spirituality, if you cannot give the purpose of spirituality, then let me speak and point out your followers to me, because I apparently know better, because I'm sitting on the unmovable chair. Not because I want for my ego, but truth is dominant and I can prove. So you need to observe the truth. So, did you perform miracles like me or didn't you? The answer of that question is placing you below me or next to me, because I do not want to walk in front of you. I am not a follower also, so I'm not going to walk behind you. But you can decide to walk beside me as a friend. And that's because I do not judge, because I learned something beautiful that you could learn from the lowest level and you could learn from the highest level. And therefore, I do not judge. But when peace is broken, or when things are not right, I will speak out, and always I will do the Creator's will. So when I think that my judgment of things or my awareness of things is over, it gives me like, oh my God, do I really need to do something bad now? I'm going to put my hands together and I leave it up to the Creator. If it is to Creator's will, you will meet me. If it's not to Creator's will, you will not meet me. Yes? So only by the will of the Creator. And when I said it to somebody, if it is His will, was my comment. And I already knew if it would happen or not. So I came to the awareness that that person would not be able to beat me. I replied that if it is Su's will, and I already doubted it that it was Su's will, so it didn't happen. So we are saying hi to Hollywood. That's why the YouTube is much better. So there are divine, holy objects. And if you have a small tsugi, you have an introduction to them. And you can start to use the tsugi as a holy object. Yes, so you're preparing yourself to take care of a holy object. So we do not place it on the ground, and we do not place it on the surfaces people sit on, like a chair or sofa. So preferably you put something underneath it, like you put something underneath a cup of coffee. And preferably, if you really want to do that practice like they do in Japan and elsewhere in the world, you place it above your belly button. So the spiritual side of the human physical body is the backside. Yes. So the spiritual light always coming from the backside and from within. If you are going to give it to others. So it also can be the being shining, standing in front of you for those who want, but that's not what I mean. Listen also. The backside is your spiritual side. Below the underbelly, below the belly button is considered the flesh. I wouldn't say considered bad, but it's considered the flesh, unpure. So only not always what called the belly button. So when you carry them above your belly button. So that is about the physicality about the human body, in which you are getting aware of. So when you have it, so you can practice like, okay, I'm going to treat it as a divine object, which is true, but this is actually an extraction, like a get from bigger to be, which is used as a divine object. But to introduce it to human beings, and you do not want them to throw a big 2D on the floor and use it in or misuse it, I came up with the introduction to the path of enlightenment. So I can send you to places, for example, the Ultimate Show, where you can receive divine life in your area, in your own country, with your own fellow Kami. So for the Kami Kumite, they need to understand I am not a Tanabito, but I am Ahito. So enough said about that. So after things happening during this session and I got all fired up, um, I'm going to relax now. Put my breathing on. I must say, mentally, I feel really strong. Like also, you are being putting down again. I get back up. I'm standing there. But it gives me these vibes that I get, also sometimes that hyper. But that's calm down. So I'm going to rock over my heart. But I was serious what I was saying about that the makers, the admins, the people responsible for TikTok need to do it with consequence of choice. Because I don't care which community guidelines that you use or how you set it up, you do not damage my sincerity. So I need to find a way that I can be at peace using TikTok because it's disturbed. My peace is broken on TikTok with their functioning. So we'll see how long TikTok will stay in the air. Relax, take your time to relax. Breathe in through your nose and breathe out through your mouth. Hello. Hello. Tanapa, it's really small and you are from the Netherlands. Hello, Tanapa. Well, what's the reason? It looks like the Dutch flag. Oh, boom. So take your moment to relax. And if you want to with me, you can put your hands together like this. Do you speak English as well? Or else I will speak Dutch. Oh, from the US. Well, you did go to a better place. So, well, then I maintain English because of YouTube. I'm recording this. So you place your hands together like this. So the yin and yang energy is balancing. Then we are breathing in through our nose, focusing on receiving light, love, and healing. And when we breathe in through our nose, we bring our breath to our underbelly. This might not happen at once, but due to practice, you will achieve it. I do not know if you already practice these things, but your inner healing is important. Also, to take the self care, to care for yourself. When we breathe out, we express gratitude. So we can be grateful for anything and everything. For example, for Mother Earth to carry our weight. So when we are slowly breathing with that focus of receiving love, light, and healing, then exhale an expression of gratitude. The slow breathing is slowing down the heart rate. And actually, in the morning when we wake up, we need to find our balance. So we are also letting roots grow from the feet till the center of Mother Earth. So we reconnect with Mother Earth. We reconnect with nature. We reconnect with origin source. We reconnect with our inner child. So we are returning to innocence, returning to nature, returning to origin. So before we go into that, we were removing our bad thoughts and negativity first. So we were freeing our minds. And this self care, if you practice that every day, you will have better days. So, first take care of yourself before you can take care of others. When you are comfortable and you took care of yourself, then you can go outside nature. Hello, I'm going to walk again, but I do not want to hurt or kill the little ants that are running underneath my feet while I plant my feet, and then, the weight will crush that little ant. I'm not walking that way. So, nature, I'm coming. Please avoid me. Do not get crushed underneath my feet. Then you will not step on snails, for example. So normally you step on snails. Oh, sorry, snail. And now that will not happen. So, for example, when you are in a car, you do like, okay, I do not want to have my license plate full of insects that are smashing into the license plate. So what am I going to do? First, I let nature know I'm going to step in my car and I'm going to drive really fast, but please do not crash into my car. I pray for your safety, and then also birds will not bounce against your windshield and things like that. So, how do you think that this miracle I can do for you and that it's true? Well, you will be amazed. You go to the car wash, you clean off your license plate, you practice what I just said to you, you go drive, and then you watch your license plate clean. And I thought, because when I was washing the car, the most difficult thing to clean was the license plate. And I did not like that. And then when I observed it, because somebody else, I believe Tanaka, was telling to me, well, Frankie, you wear and protection, and you let nature know that you were going with the car, and you pray, and then bubble of light and miracle, and no insects more crashing into your license plate or on your windshield of the car. Of course, he said it. What do you think? That I believe that? Of course, I do not believe that, because I do not believe in anything. I want to know things for sure. So he said that to me. I cleaned my license plate and I went 120 kilometers an hour driving for 1.5 hours, and my license plate was clean. Observing my friend, and I looked to his license plate, I had a reason to tell him this story. So, and then you do not need to run and deep inside the world. So, this miracle of the world. And I'm also doing it now online because I wear sunglasses at one time. I didn't do that, and I believe it was a bumblebee or a wasp or something bouncing against my sunglasses. And then I did it again because that reminded me, like, oh my God, Frankie, you are not uh, so good in uh, nature. Um, so then I did that immediately, and at the same time, when I realized that, I was on my bike for an hour and nothing crashed into me. No, and so that's something you can tell. And there are more things that you can do when you communicate with nature. can talk with nature. Yes, you can talk with insects. So I needed, or I didn't need it. There were these little blue grape plants. It's all shoot out, and then you have a bunch of little grape-looking flower. In Dutch, we call it the blue grape. And then I was a little bit uh, free thinking and just saying, "Hey, birds, you see these? Get me more and plant it everywhere, everywhere. These blue thing. Hey, this year, I witnessed that through my whole garden now, when it's spring, when spring comes, they are blooming. Through my whole garden, hundreds of these things. So it's another way of gardening, I would say. But also, the weeds, snails eat the weeds. Why would I pull them out and let the snail eat? And because the snail has a variety, like my garden is like a snail, all you can eat with all the different dishes. Then I let them know, oh, to tell it, for me, do not eat it. You can only eat the lower leaf, the rest. And they do not touch the rest. So, but this is in practice giving divine life to the garden. When you practice uh, positivity, harmonizing with nature, and I have, and that's where you really easily can remember my aunts. I had aunts near my door, my front door. There was a nest of aunts, and I said to the aunt, "Do not go inside now, but preferably go the nest to the front of the garden, yes, and stay there. And next time, the aunts moved from that place to the place I pointed them at. And if you don't believe me, practice it yourself until you receive that miracle." But I also had that there was the flat yellow belly dragonfly. I saved his life because I understand a little bit about nature because I am a little Mowgli. I was born like Mowgli, born into the jungle. I was always outside playing with animals, birds, whatever I could catch. So a flat belly dragon butterfly, but I do not have water. And that was a butterfly that typically is where water is. But I'm living in a concrete jungle where people have created these dead gardens with stones, like it's like a desert. Those souls must reflect that, I believe. But my garden is a jungle. And then I saw the birth of a flat belly dragon butterfly. And then I know, like, oh my God, he was doing this with the wings, shaking with the wings so they can come up. And it takes a while, and then they can fly. But I had rhubarb, so he was on the rhubarb plant. So when I was harvesting rhubarb, I saw him, and I thought, oh my God, this is very delicious for the birds. And now I have him on this huge rhubarb leaf. What am I going to? So what I did was I cut off the big leaf, so I still have the halves of the rhubarb. And because I do not harvest all of it, so you keep the plant alive, then you can harvest every day what you need. And then I put the leaf upside down on a other leaf upside down. And I put it like that, and I prayed for protection, and I get divine light coming from the palm of my hand, and I focused to it, and I was sitting inside, and after the dragonfly was dried up and ready to fly, do you know what the dragonfly did? That came in front of my window, and I saw his shadow, and it was connecting with me, and it was dancing, flying, dancing in front of my window. And then I went outside, and I knew he made it. And I said, thank you, have a nice flight. And then I saw him fly into the downing sun. So the sun was not setting, but it was coming down. So I saw it fly away, like it was greeting me, saying thank you to me. And then, oh, that was such a beautiful experience I had with just one dragonfly. And dragonflies, when they come to you in Japan, they believe it's a divine sign. Well, I know that for true. I know that's true. So all these experiences have not been, there on TikTok and YouTube. So we are going to end the live on TikTok. There is no span there of people. It's sad, but true. So I will say people are not really listening yet. So we are going to close down here also because we are now almost 2 hours, or at least I am 2 hours almost connection. And I will put this link underneath the comment section. So and I will show it in the screen. So you can type it if you cannot click the link in the comment section. So https double dot slash slash www.youtube.com slash watch question mark v equals and then caption SNNV no caption R 5ZZ caption LCA. And then you will have this beautiful meditation music. So I think that I'm now forming actually something in between relaxation. So I think I'm going to make these uh, mimatsugis, mimatsugis, and we start with relaxation. Start with so we have settling maybe 15 minutes, breathing meditation, 50 minutes, so that's half an hour. And then, like a relaxed seminar of explaining certain things about the divine path, the enlightened path, helping you out, doing handouts, reaching out my hand so you can get further with your awareness on that divine path and feel strengthened. But yeah, it was really important that after you get knocked down, like what happened on TikTok, you get back up, show your spirit, spiritual strength, and you're never going to give up, but deal with certain things, sadly. It's only an indication that what humanity has come at this moment. So, with that said, more guidance is like I'm aiming for 9 o'clock 9, but it might be 10 o'clock 10. And I have another thing to say. Let me read it. So I'm going to end with I was calculating something, the cost of a certain event I'm going to, and I was calculating, and it gave me a number. Then I was thinking about angels' numbers, and I thought, let's look it up. And this was what that angel number was saying. It means you're on the right track toward finding your life purpose and achieving your goals. It symbolizes abundance, connecting to your inner wisdom, and aligning your actions with your true passions to create the life you want. Isn't that amazing? And that came after all this realigning and meditation, or how you call it. Isn't that amazing? And I was just randomly, not not randomly, I was just calculating something like, oh, the train ticket is this much, the bus is this much, that is this much, and then the answer of that accumulation of numbers was that angel number. And then I'm going to look it up, and that is actually reflecting what I was talking about and all these relaxing lifestyle. Like and also the happiness that I felt that they expressing gratitude, shining, as spreading love, light, and healing in my surroundings. Also on what I think is the most horrible thing to do is live streaming on media, social media. And I do not know why. Yeah, first of all, you need to like to be on the camera. Well, I am not. But let me give this smile because I can to you today. Oh, yeah, this much is how I like the camera. It's always off. So let me let you give me this smile. So our hands were like this, eh? So when I bring down my hands like this, you see what I'm doing? And I can make this gesture to give it to you. Anyways, bye bye for now and be a better version of yourself.